Welcome to the Divorce Diaries podcast. One man's anonymous and live account of if he should get a divorce or stay married. He's been cheated on, and he's cheated. Protecting the innocent with changed voice patterns, the omission of names, ages, and genders. His authentic journey and account of the daily events of his marriage are helping him sort out his feelings and not get lost in the ups or the downs. New episodes are released daily. Welcome to the Divorce Diaries podcast. Entire seasons are released on Patreon weeks before anywhere else at Divorce Diaries Podcast Patreon page. Link in description. Now for today's episode.
Ooh, what have I gained going through this divorce? What have I gained? I've really been able to learn myself. Like, I can honestly say that if it weren't for this divorce, different trauma events that have happened, which forced and led me into seriously committing to therapy, how would I have been able to peel back the onion of my life, the onion of my soul, the onion of my spirit, and figure out why am I fucked up the way that I am? Why do I inflict the traumas and pains on people the way that I do? What do I really want out of life, absent anyone else? That's what I've been able to learn as I'm going through this divorce, pacing around my own place by myself until this year, as a man in his late 30s, I've never lived by myself. Not once, not for one day. And I have for almost 6 months now. And totally missed out on my 20s with that. Let me take that back. I did not miss out on anything. I made choices based on the circumstances in my life, and I felt that I was doing the best that I could. But seriously, how do you get to know yourself if all you're doing is grinding and thinking about your job, the next move, climbing the corporate ladder, spreading yourself thin with your kids, trying to be a husband, and then even trying to be a good one, which I failed at a lot because I wasn't settled. I started to do so much heavy lifting in my life at such a young age, and I got married at such a young age that taking on the responsibilities and trying to be a 50-some-year-old Dr. Huxtable when I'm a barely legal dad. It's a significant underestimation of all the time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears potentially that Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable went through to become the man that he was and get the adoration of his children and respect from his wife. He had his children after he got out of college and he was a doctor, you know? And I had mine before I even started college. Man. So you can definitely get a chance to learn yourself and know yourself. And that's what I've been able to do. Like, who am I? You know, I thought I always knew. I'm like, I like to do this activity and that activity, and I'm good at this, I'm good at that, and I talk to these people over here, and I'm okay. And I try to be a good father and husband, and I feel like I've checked boxes. Yeah, I'm married. I didn't abandon this thing. I'm providing for it. I got a house. This is cool. This is cool. You're doing good. Who the hell am I? I don't know who I am. I've learned myself, and I've learned to like myself. I didn't even realize that I didn't like myself. I didn't even know who I was, so I had to meet myself. I really do like a clean place. I have one. I'm looking around at it now. I mean, things aren't where they should be, and things are a little fucked up right now. But everything has a place. There's order in my life. There's structure. There was chaos before, mess, clutter. I wasn't able to think, be clear, be comfortable. But now I'm sort of able to be comfortable. I know what it feels like to be comfortable. I love it. I always thought that I was comfortable. I thought that if the people around me, my wife, that my kids, the people that I lived with, if they were comfortable, I would be comfortable because I was supposed to live for them. Now I know that I should have been living for them, yes, as a parent, but I also should have lived for me, and not in a selfish way. Like I shouldn't have died on the hills of effort and providing. I should have found a way to be in the moments a little bit more with my wife, because I do think we could have possibly had a successful relationship. But I'm looking back at how adverse situations were handled by the both of us. And I do see clearly that this is not meant to be. It is toxic for us both. My wife doesn't need to be corrected. No adult does. I literally was kind of taking her free will from her. Every poor financial decision that she made, I pointed it out to her. I reminded her of a commitment that she was breaking. And she's doing certain behaviors. Not going to get that specific, but let's just say you say, hey, I'm going to go to the gym. And I'm going to turn a new leaf right now for 2 months or something. It's like, okay, cool. And then you're doing a behavior that is opposite to the decree you made yesterday. And you told me that I need you to help keep me accountable. I wasn't a mature enough man. No man ever talked to me to help me understand that be of great support to your wife. She's very emotional, and her emotions will change. And her emotions, if calibrated one way, will lead her directly toward the goal that she said. But if her emotions are calibrated in another direction, she will literally do the opposite of what she wants, or as said she wants. So you, as a husband whose emotions maybe don't change quite as frequently or drastically, you need to be of support regardless of what emotional state she's in. Because that support can help both of you weather the storms of marriage. You don't have to fix all of her problems, and don't look at her as if she's broken. Those things are epic lessons to take with you. That's what I'm learning. I have some time to reflect. I'm recording in my kitchen / living room. This is one big room in the middle. And I'm just here. This is my home. It literally is my safe space. No one comes in here that I don't want here. It's just my little one. When she comes over. Such a sweetheart. Everything that's in here, I put here. Well, she's put a lot of things here too. She's so cute. I appreciate this divorce because it's helping me know myself. And I can say for sure there would have been no way that I would have gotten to know myself. Because you can't when you don't have silence or detachment from people or circumstances or situations. You can't get to know yourself when there's noise. I don't have any noise. The silence, it was deafening initially, and I was always scared of it. Scared to be alone. I had a friend, he told me, he was like, man, you're scared to be alone. You know this marriage is not good. You need to learn to be alone. Heard on a lot of podcasts as well. Be alone, learn yourself. It's good stuff. So, get yourself into therapy. Don't lie in therapy. And find a way to have some calm time for yourself to get to know you. Yeah. Really accept the parts of yourself that you don't like. I know I still am. It's hard though. There's a lot of me that's a piece of shit. There's a lot of me that's that.
Wow. That was the Divorce Diaries podcast. The Daily Saga will continue tomorrow. The full season's episodes are on Patreon now. Subscribe for early access. Click the Patreon link in the description. Hopefully, these entries help our anonymous recorder as a form of his own personal therapy. That's his hope and his intention. Will these recordings of life's curveballs lead this family to the best resolution in the end? We'll keep listening. New episodes are released daily on all podcast players, but all episodes are available on Patreon at Divorce Diaries Podcast Patreon page. Until next time.